What's up, guys? Dr. Caleb here. This is a demonstration for a stretch I really like to give my clients that works both external rotation and internal rotation at the same time. So essentially what we want to do with this position is we want to set up in the seated position where my front leg is pointed directly straight forward along with my chest, and this front leg is at 90 degrees of knee bend. And then my back leg, I want this leg to be going straight off the side of me with my back leg, you can't see it, but also at 90 degrees. So in this setup, what we're working on here is the front leg is focused on external rotation and the back leg is focused on internal rotation. So the way that I'll have people do this, I want the total stretch time on each leg to be a minute. But what I'll have people do to kind of spice this up is with the external rotation piece, what I want to do is I want to feel like I'm putting an arch in my back, and then I'm like pressing a wall forward. So I'm really leaning the trunk forward here, and you should get a big stretch on the outside of this lead leg hip. And what we want to do here is hold for about 20 seconds, and then I usually have my clients push into the ground with this front leg for a second, usually 3 to 5 seconds actually. You'll feel the stretch in this leg leave because you're turning those muscles on. But then once you relax again, you should feel like you're able to get a little bit further. And then you'll basically repeat this contraction 2 to 3 times during that minute to kind of add a little bit more flair to the exercise and turn these muscles on in these new ranges of motion. So that's for external rotation. For internal rotation on the back leg, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to roll instead of arching my back. I want to almost go into the other way of a posterior pelvic tilt, roll my hips backwards, trying to get this rear butt cheek onto the ground. And then I want to try to spin where my upper body is getting over to this back leg. Now this is going to be a really deep stretch in the hip here, and then usually what I'll have people do in this position again, hold for hold for 15 to 20 seconds, and then I'll have people kind of turn that muscle on by driving into the ground and then relaxing and then continuing on with the stretch, and you should feel like you're able to get a little bit deeper into it. So this is kind of a two-part stretch. The front leg is for a minute total, working on external rotation. The back leg is for a minute total, working on internal rotation. And then all you would do is you would flip around to hit the other side of each leg. Same setup and the same sequence. And you want to just go through this as prescribed 1 to 2 times a day usually.